Rusty's Crypto Cave here, and this video it's probably going to turn out to be a long one. This is my spreadsheet video that I was going to told you guys I would do. It's going to be in multiple recordings, probably over multiple days. So just bear with me. It's probably going to take some time to get through, but there are going to be some basic things that you're obviously going to need. Obviously, a Google account for Google Sheets. That's a pretty much no-brainer. The other thing you would need is a CoinGecko account. So you need to go over to CoinGecko and create an account, all that good stuff up here. And then once you have that account set up, then you go over onto CoinGecko's website. Or once you create your account, you go all the way down to the bottom, Crypto API. So you click on that. And if you're not logged in, you'll probably have the option to log in, create account, sign in, whatever the hell it is up there. And then you would click Get Your API Key Now is one thing that you have to do. And then you're going to have to go down here and click Create a Demo Account, which I already did. I clicked that. I have it open in another tab here just because I didn't want to dox myself. So then you gain access to the developer dashboard. You're allowed one API key. It's going to be limits to how many API pulls you can have, but for an individual, it's more than enough than you're going to need. I basically just put some information here that's for myself. I'm going to be using it for like portfolio tracking because I'm tracking all my crypto stuff and all that good stuff. So basically you can't use it for commercial use or anything like that or make a profit off it, which I don't make profit off by using their API. I basically just use it to track my stuff. But you guys could create your account to get that set up. So that's one part of it that you're going to need. The other part, actually, you have to go back to. I'm ready to do one of the little patch-ins here. Figured I'd show you once you log in to your CoinGecko account, let you know what you need to do. I'm going to close this window here because that's fucking bright. That helped a little bit. But, all right. So once you're logged in, you got View Developer Dashboard. And here you are. This is your API key. So you have to, from the CG on, I'm going to be blacking out everything else. But that is what you have to copy and paste. So it looks like, yeah, November of 18 of 23 is when I started using it. So total monthly API calls, I've only used 13. Got a lot to go yet. So yes, I don't abuse it. Yes, you get a lot, but I don't abuse the crap out of it. So that's basically what you have to copy and paste. So you would copy and paste that into this string here. So from this CG on is what gets replaced with your API key. And you can copy and paste that and use that, and that's going to get you all the pricing and all those coins. And you can edit that as you go along. Or if you don't want some of these coins, you can edit them and everything like that. But like I said, you're better off having more in there than you want, just in case you want to add some in the future. Because then, like I said, it alphabetizes them and it keeps them in a nice, neat order. Whereas when you add them later, it just kind of plops them at the end. So that is what it is. So, but we'll splice this in and back to your regularly scheduled programming. Google Sheets. You click on extensions, click on add-ons, get add-ons. API connector is the one that you're going to need. So that's what we're going to do. So you click get add-ons and then just search for API connector. And then that's the one that you want to install. It's an extension to Google Sheets. So you do have to install that as well. So once you get that installed, you have your CoinGecko account. Those are two of the components that you will need to, if you want to do the API calls and stuff to get the pricing updates and all that type of stuff that my sheet has built into it. Because if you see, I'll show you the pricing tab. See, I have a separate tab just for all the different coins that I'm tracking. You can go in and change this to all the whatever coins you want to do. And I add them as I need to. It looks more complicated to add them than it really is. You basically just type in some code, quote unquote, into the API call. So actually, let me just pull that up and I'll show you what I mean. We're going to open. And it's going to pull up my API connections over here. Prices is the one I'm doing. I'm going to click on edit. And then I'm going to slide this puppy down. I'm going to see how, I'm not sure how far I can go down so I don't reveal my API key. There it is. Yep. I'm going to stop it right about there. But this is basically the link that is the API in here. So you'll have to create your account, get your own API key, and then I can kind of show you what you need to replace. But as far as like adding and editing coins and things like that, it's not too difficult. This looks like a lot of jibber jabber. That is like, what the hell is all this crap? I don't need this shit. The basic way I've been doing it is on the very last one. It says Ethereum here. Let me actually pull up another CoinGecko window as well. So we already handled that part. You got your account. We're going to go to cryptocurrencies. I'm just going to pick a random coin. We'll do by market cap. I already have Bitcoin in there. Solana. Doge is in there. Toncoin. I don't have Toncoin in there. So say we want to track the price of Toncoin and add it to my spreadsheet that I have here as well. So we want to add it to this and have it added over in the end here. Because believe it or not, Ethereum was the most recent one I added. I guess I didn't have it under before. So that was the most recent one I added. If you do them all at once, it does alphabetize them, I believe. Because you can see up until Zilliqa, these are all the ones that I've added after the fact, after I created the initial API key. I could probably go in and maybe edit them as I do it, but then it's just going to throw off the entire order of my sheet and all that stuff. Once we get further into the video, you'll get a better understanding why I do it this way and add it at the end. But basically, the only thing you really have to do is when you get to CoinGecko on the coin that you want, if you ever wonder what some of this crap is down here, API ID, that's what you need. So basically, you can click on that, copy it, and then go back into here and see where it says %2C Ethereum. I would just do %2C and then just Control V to paste for the API ID and just put that in there. And then I will go down to the bottom, hit save, edit fields. Then what it's going to do is going to bring up the all the list of the fields that are on that. So this is all the fields. I don't show the US dollar one because I don't really need to show that, but it shows all of them that are here. Probably getting ahead of myself on this too. I should probably actually show you what API to create and stuff on there. So this one was a bad one. I just had Raven, so actually I hid that one so it doesn't show. Scroll all the way over. New field, the open network. So I'm just going to click on that, make sure it shows. Hit save fields. Hit OK. Close that out. Save again. And then I'm going to click run. Now what it should do, give me updated pricing on all these. Scroll over. And there's Toncoin's current price. So that's how you would add there. But I probably might have to splice some stuff in here to show you how you get to this point to start with. That would probably be helpful. So, but we'll at least cover that. That's how I do it to add coins as I keep going instead of keep on going back to what's his face, CoinGecko, and creating the a new API every single time and the whole string of coin names and stuff. So I could probably even link this or something similar to this in maybe like a Google Doc or something like that with the link so it doesn't get all garbled and jumbled up. I will just delete my API key and then you'll be able to put your own API key in. Because even see here it says CoinGecko demo. This is the demo API account. So I'll figure out how I'm going to do that so you can do that. But if you don't want to do any of this stuff as far as updating pricing, you really just kind of want the sheets to track stuff, and then you can kind of just completely ignore this portion of the video. So which I will put chapters and stuff like that just to keep up with everything. But yeah, that's what I do to pretty much when I add it. Helium Mobile, Meow Coin, Zealous, Cardano, DIMO, all that stuff. I was adding them one by one. So that's how I did that. And if I want to delete it, I won't delete it. I'll just leave it in there because it's not hurting anything being in there. I could always change that to whatever the next coin is going to be. So, and then just hit save. I always hit save before I get out of it just so I don't fuck it up and delete everything. Because that would be bad. So, but anyway, so then let's say we're on a sheet here. And then say I wanted to see the price of Toncoin. So you have a Toncoin transaction here of 1.25, 1.23 Ton. Blah, blah, blah. That's what I'm going to add. Mine value is 558, whatever. And then here you would type in equals. This is the quantity of the coin multiplied by, click on the current prices tab. And then you would just click on that field and hit enter. So then what this formula does, it just multiplies this field, the quantity field of the coin that you have, times the current price. Because you can pull fields from different tabs in your spreadsheet. So all these different tabs, I could pull data from all these different tabs within the same spreadsheet and use that for information and things like that. That's one of the main areas I use it for, is for current pricing there. The other part that I use that on, income statement is another good example. So if you look at the formula on here, for the month of August, mining equals August 24, E103 is the field that it's pulling from. So you just hit equals, then I just go over to the August tab, and it's that one. And that's it. And go back to income statement. N53, August equals August 24. N is this column, 53 is this guy right here. And then so on and so forth for all these different ones. This pulls from the electricity tab. This just pulls, I think I just typed 46 in there. And then current value, this also does the same thing. So current value of the mining tab, August 24, F103. So this is just going to pull F103, pulls that column because that's the current value added up of the current prices of all the coins. That's from the most recent refresh from the API. So that's where it's pulling that data from. Same thing with the node income, same thing with the DPIN income, and all that fun stuff. So a little update from the month of August, instead of being 1248, a little bit of price appreciation. Good bit of it was mostly, my guess is probably from GeoNet. GeoNet's been having a nice little climb here recently. So see, $1.60 there. That's a 50% increase, basically, as far as earnings. So from 320 to 480, that's $1.60. $1.60 is 50% of 319. So that's a 50% increase since first week of August. I'll take it. So, but I'm trying to see where else we want to go here. Yeah, and these columns, these are just more basic formulas as far as most of this video is going to be going through the general understanding, like some basic formulas like the addition and subtraction and stuff like that. You kind of know how to tally up different fields and stuff because you can just type in equals. I'm going to add this field plus this field plus this field plus this field. You just do that and it adds them all together. Or subtract or multiply, whatever. Some more tricky stuff, where I guess in high school, if you're using algebra and things like that, and never thought you need to use it, this might be some areas where you might use some of it. Because this is a little bit more complicated and involved with some different formulas. The first field is just the price of a lithium that I paid for, the amount of coins I could have got, which is just basically K9, which is this. That's the price I paid in USD value for the AL0, divided by the current price. That gives me the number of coins I could have quote unquote purchased for the AL0. Current value of those coins purchased, which is just this times the current value from this tab. So it's pulling that $1.65 is what that's pulling there. And that's the current value there. The amount of ETH I spent, the value of Ethereum on the day that I purchased the coins, current value of Ethereum. So this is why I added Ethereum at the very end of the spreadsheet, just because I really built this spreadsheet after Ethereum mining was done. So that's why Ethereum is at the very, very end. And then, like I said, US dollars to buy. This just adds up the total amount of lithium mined. It just pulls that field right there. So that's just going to be equal B28. And then total lithium in US dollars, which is just that one there. And then break even value, this is just E28, which is this divided by that. And that's the percentage of progress I've made so far. This is this number divided by that. And that is like the current value of the coins I mined. So technically I'm down a few bucks with the lithium that I mined so far. And so that percentage will be lower. And then value at future ETH price. So this field, essentially this multiplies this times whatever number I put here. So I could make this 5, be 200 some dollars. 6 is gonna be like 240 some, 250, so on and so forth. $2, 83 bucks. You see where I'm getting at. And then break even a lithium price. This is the number of the amount I spent in US dollars divided by the number of coins I mined so far, and that number, this number will constantly go down as I mine more lithium. So, and then this gets into a little more complicated stuff. This formula I actually had to Google. I had no idea how to do it, and just to figure it out, as far as I just wanted this field to show the number of days it's been something that's been going on from a certain date till now. And then, so this is actually the formula, which is equals today, open parentheses, close parentheses, space, dash, space, date, parentheses, 2024, comma, 8, comma, 26, because that would be August 26th, is when this device was first turned online. Close parentheses, so that will give you the number of days that's been online. Because it was roughly 8:50 at night is when I turned it on. Not going to be exact to the hour or anything like that, but good enough for me. And then this will figure out the amount of how much dollar amount I mine per day. So this is just going to divide this dollar amount divided by that one. Did I do the wrong one? Maybe. I don't know. And then this is F32. Oh, yeah, there we go. Yeah, this is what I'm, okay, it's pulling that value. That number is this number divided the number of days online. So as each day I pull this spreadsheet up, that number, the number 23 goes to 24 and so on and so forth. That will keep going higher as the days go on. And then the current value does the same thing, except for it's just going to pull this field, which is there as well. Lower number, so the average per day goes down. Days to break even mined. So this is K9, which is this divided by M7. So is that. So 834 divided by 326 is going to equal that. That's the days to break even for mine value, which is this column, which is the value it is that I mined it. And then days to break even current is this is going to be the same thing, 834, but it's going to be divided by that number. It gives you, it's going to be a little bit longer because it's a little bit less average per day. And days remaining. So this is K9 divided by M7. So K9 is this number, 834, divided by M7. And then that result divided by or minus M6. So yeah, so this 834 divided by that, and then subtracted it by the number of days that it's been online, and that's how many days are left. And this will be this divided by this, gives you a number of days to break even, which is this minus the number of days online, gives you that. Make sense? clear as mud, right? So, but I'll share the spreadsheet. You can kind of go in and see all the different formulas of what fields and stuff they point to. I mean, honestly, I could probably even leave the transactions in here because I don't really give a shit what it is. So, the only thing I'm going to be taking out is my API key, just because that needs to be yours, just because I don't want my API key flooded, so then I can't use it. So, but as far as that, like, if you want to see what some of the examples of the math and stuff like that looks like, I can leave this stuff in here. It's not going to hurt anything, so it doesn't really dox me or anything like that. Yeah, that's my Lithium address, but I've seen that. I was posting in the other video. The only thing that's getting mined to that address is stuff from the AL0. So, what else we got here? The GeoNet one is pretty much the same. Things are shifted down a little bit, and then I did add in a power cost here as well, just out of curiosity. And that's another formula. Where you can see it's a little bit more complicated. There's a little more parentheses and stuff. Yeah, I'm pointing like you can see what I'm pointing at. But up here, there's a little more going on. A little more math is going on up here. So more parentheses. So you got the 5 times the 24. So there's basically 5 watts for 24 hours. Divided by 5,000 is going to give you the total kilowatt hours in a day. Rough power rate is 12 cents. Times M13, which is the number of days that's online, which is going to basically equal 63 cents is really what it cost me to run that GeoNet miner. This thing's been doing pretty damn fantastic. And it's been online for, 44 days. Averaging $3 a day mined, $4 a day current value. So not too shabby. Break-even days is down to 114. So that's, 3.5 months to go yet. And it's been on a month and a half, so looking like a 5-month. Right now it's pacing for a 5-month break even. So we'll leave that there. I'm going to get a drinky here quick. But like I said, what I'll do is all these tabs, I'll basically create a duplicate copy of this spreadsheet, upload it, and share it, and make a shareable version of it. Like some of these, I could probably delete all the transactions and stuff here because you kind of don't really need all this kind of crap. Some of the other things they did, actually, while we're on the sheet, some of the things I did, I got something like this where I know it's going to be very, very long. And you take notice how this top row just stays there. It's freezing it. All you have to do there is right click over here. View more row actions. Freeze up to row 1. So if you want to freeze that row, which is like typically your first row is like your labels for your columns and all that type of stuff. You could do that. If I had this over here, you could also do that. You freeze the column, freeze up the column A. So that way, like if you wanted to have something, this column frozen, this frozen here. So I know like Backwards Miner, which I might be messing around with his spreadsheet for his overclocks, might be able to like freeze this column and that row. That way, everything in here, you can kind of scroll and all that other stuff stays stationary. Because you see how the column headers all stay. So, and then, basically when I put the transactions in here too, like I just basically put the coins I mine, the currency it is, the current price, which I get off of CoinStats app, because I also use CoinStats app to track my crypto stuff as well. That's basically on my phone. I can just pop it up, see what the whole portfolio is doing. Boom, done. Yeah, good snapshot. Because it's kind of crazy. I kind of track this stuff in like 3 different places. So I CoinStats app, all the transactions on an Excel spreadsheet in my laptop, and also the Google Sheets I also do. And they're all kind of like checks and balances. And CoinStats app, I think I missed some, so it's a little off, but it's close. So, but I usually try to make sure the Google Sheets and the Excel spreadsheet match. So just as a check and balance. Just to make sure I'm not screwing things up. But anyway, so this is that. Then current value, this is the same thing. The formula is going to be equals B2, which is that, times the current price of W2. Current price of W2 is going to be Zcash, because it's still the CoinGecko API ID for Flux is still Zcash. So, and then you can see all the different ones that are in here. So Lithium, Bitcoin, Chia, Darrow, Dogecoin, Dynex, Ergo, Ethereum Dash Classic, Iron Dash Fish, Cadena, Carlson, Caspa, Litecoin, Neoxa, Octaspace, Pacman, Presearch, Pyron, Radiant, Raptorium, Ravencoin, Varus Dash Coin, Zellcash, which is Flux, like I said, Zephyr Dash Protocol, Zilliqa, Meowcoin, Helium Dash Mobile, Zealous, Cardano, DIMO, GeoNet, Solana, and Ethereum. And then we just did Toncoin, which is the dash open dash network. So, a bunch of coins in there. So, but there's a whole lot more mineable coins. You can add like Conflux. There's another one. Conflux, son of a bitch. They're a bunch of C coins. Octopus algorithm. I can't remember them all, but there's definitely more you can add. As long as there is an API ID on CoinGecko, you can add it and pull the price on it. That's the most important thing. If there's nothing here, you won't be able to do it, which I'm pretty sure. I don't think I've seen a coin on CoinGecko that they don't have an API ID. So I'm pretty sure everything's got one. So pretty much if it's listed here, it's going to be on there. Let's pull up the last page. Maybe that last page wasn't the best idea. This needs something with a price. But here, Nabi. See, even that doesn't even have a price, but it has a API ID. So when there's no price, it's not going to give you anything, no. So. All right. One thing I didn't cover, which I kind of just rambled on about a bunch of different stuff, is when, like, if you want to start off using this as a template and just kind of edit it from here, that's all well and good. Or if you wanted to create your own and do your own sheet, basically, I'm just going to create a new tab here. Let's go here. Sheet 2. We're just going to rename this video. So we're going to go right here. We're going to do extensions, API connector, open. We're going to hit create request. Then it's pretty much the only thing you really got to do here is copy and paste, which I actually just created the Word doc. We're just going to copy and paste all this stuff. So we're going to copy that. Paste it in there. The only thing that you would have to edit is you are going to have to edit after CG. You're going to have to put your API code in there. Mine starts with an F, so it just whatever yours starts with, you just copy and paste that in there. And then destination sheet. I'm currently on the video one, so if this is where you would want to put it, you can do set current A1, so it's going to start here. And then output options, this would be overwrite, so it's going to overwrite and put the new data there. You don't want to do a append to merge, which kind of just adds a whole shit ton of data, which you really don't need. Just especially if you just go into current prices of the coins. If you want to get further into like tracking and doing charts and all that kind of nonsense, you don't need to. There's enough charts out there that you can look up. For just what I use it for, and what I think most people would use it for, as far as monitoring their crypto transactions and what they mined and all that type of stuff. Just click overwrite. Single row is good. That's good. You don't have to touch anything there. Name it. I always just name mine prices, so you can do that. Edit fields. It's not going to work because I don't have my API key in there. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to paste my API key in here, cover it up, and then run it. So let me see if that works. So I'll be right back. Alrighty, I have it in there. Edit it. I didn't try running it yet. Video tab A1, we did that. I just named it price test. I wanted to save it, so my progress so far. So I'm going to hit save again. Now I'm going to hit edit fields. Now it should bring this up. Okay, so it brings up all the fields. US dollar, like I said, I didn't want the US dollar's worth a dollar. So, yeah. So I unchecked that one. So I want to see Bitcoin, Lithium, all these guys. Pretty much, there's Ravens in here somewhere where I have to take out. Nope, I already did take it out. Okay, good. Boom, it's not there. And, aha, look at this. See, now since I redid it, it re-alphabetized it, which is nice if you're doing it all over again. So pretty much, if you're building this, tip would be make a list of all the coins that you want to pull pricing on. Even if you don't think you may want to, you may add it. It's not going to hurt just to have it in there. Granted, it does make your spreadsheet wider, and there's going to be more things going across and all that kind of shit, which we'll see next. But have it in alphabetical order makes it a little bit easier to find. So, but Lithium, Bitcoin, Cardano, because you remember on mine, Cardano was at the very end because it was one that I added. DIMO was at the very end because it was one that I added later. But see, pretty much put all in that alphabetical order. Ethereum and Ethereum Classic are right next to each other. GeoNet, Helium Mobile, all those coins were at the very end. So scroll all the way over. Yes, we want to see them all. Hit Save Field. Hit OK. And then you can close this out. And then I hit Save again. Doesn't hurt to hit Save too many times, just because I know I did something before. Don't remember exactly what I did, but I know I had a hell of a time, and I was really pissed off because I kept fucking things up and it deleted shit, and super frustrating. And I really wanted to freaking rifle my laptop through my TV screen. So, and then hit Run. Now what this should do is going to run using my API key and pulls up the prices of all these different coins. Nice. GeoNet at 19.7 cents. Knocking at the door at 20 cents. Yes. Happy with that. And as you see, it pulls them all over here. And then once you run it, you can hit close. Now this tab has all the different prices on them in the different orders. So now the key is once you build this, like how these are, mine is already all built. I'm trying to talk with my hands here. This sheet's all built already. I would have to use, because this column is pulling from the current value tab. Well, actually Zealous is different prices, but this pulls from the current prices. All these Zealous transactions, I put the price that I sold it at. So the Lithium one, that's going to pull from the current prices tab. These yellow ones, they're highlighted yellow. Those are open orders to sell Zealous. So like Caspa here, for example, that's pulling from this current prices tab. So if I would delete this tab, I'd be fucked big time. It would not be fun. I would have to rebuild it pretty much every page, kind of, because every one of these columns is referring back to this tab, is really what it's doing. So I do believe I have a backup of this. I'll have to double check and make sure. It makes me think I'm definitely going to make sure I have a backup to this spreadsheet saved in my own account, that if I ever do accidentally delete the tab, that all that work is not lost. So, but anyway, so going forward, if I wanted to use this, I'll have this tab in the sheets with all the different pricing, and I can just go here. Say for this one, if I want to pull the current, right now it's current prices tab. AB2 is the field it's pulling from. AB2 is right there. That is where it is pulling the data from. Now if I did here, I could change this to equals the quantity times, click the video tab. Zealous is right here, is now AE2. I'm going to hit enter. Probably should stay the same. Well, it might have been a more recent update, but now it's pulling from the video tab. I'm going to change that back just because, so I don't forget. I'm going to do that. Current prices. Yeah, this shows it's $7.99. The other one is $7.93, something like that, whatever. Yep. No, damn it, I forgot to hit the quantity. So this is just going to be that equal, yeah, damn it. Undo, undo, undo. Let me get out of here. Undo. There we go. So that is equals, the undo button is grade 8, isn't it? Isn't it? That. There we go. So now it's that B45 times the current prices of AB2, which was 799. And this one shows 793, so that's why I was pulling a different amount. So I'll have to double check that, make sure I didn't screw the spreadsheet up. I think that's right. I don't remember what that was before, but that's probably right about. That's right in line with it, probably what it should be. So, so that's it for that portion. So we kind of walked through how to do that. I do have, like I said, I'll share a link to this too, because this is basically the entire link you would need for the CoinGecko API call for doing just basically simple pricing against the US dollar for the different IDs. Even if you want to save this might even be easier for you to edit. And if you want to just copy and paste the entire string and then replace it. But realistically, the only thing you really have to replace or change is the %2C is really you got to add. So if you want to add another coin at the end of open network, just do %2C. Add a space. I don't want that link there, but whatever. Say we're going to do just trying to think of coin. AVAX. So we want to add Avalanche to there. So it's Avalanche-2 is the API key. So I just copied it. So after the %2C, just paste it in there, and that's it. And then you would copy this entire string and use that. I want the hyperlink removed. Yeah. So yeah, so if you want to delete Avalon, you just delete that up into the and sign. You just basically delete the API key, API ID is all you'd have to delete. So, but this is the portion you would replace with your API key that you get from CoinGecko when you go through and set up your account, stuff like that. That's the important part. If you don't have something in there, it is not going to work. So you got to set up your own. They do give you the demo account. It's free. You are limited. It's something like 10,000 calls in a month or something like that. That's a shit ton of calls. Unless you're sitting there refresh price all day, then you're going to screw yourself. As long as you do it, I probably do mine sheet once a day. Sometimes I don't even do that. I don't update that. Sometimes I don't update it that often. So I'd have to log in. You can log into and see what your stats are and how many calls you have and all that stuff. But I just don't abuse it. They offer it as a free service. I like it. It helps. I'm not going to abuse it. So but what I will do is I'll say this. I'll share this document. I will share the pretty much I could probably share this entire spreadsheet. I could save a copy of this and transfer it over to my Rusty's Crypto Cave Gmail account, and probably share most of it. I mean, just because some of this transaction stuff I can kind of delete because you really don't need all that crap. But and the other thing down here as far as tracking coins, this is all done manually. I didn't really figure out a way to do it automatically yet, so it does get cleared out. Like these two fields at the end of every month, I basically just delete them all because this is really just as I receive payouts, I just put equals B3. Then the next lithium payout was B11, plus the next lithium payout was B16, so on and so forth. Just tallies it up there. Same thing with the net worth amount, which is this column. Just tallies it up there. See, so on and so forth. And the percentage, it's just interesting data, maybe. Kind of lets me see like where the majority of the income came from mining that month, I guess you could say. And oh man, 500 lithium mined in that month, and boom, $877. Yeah, that was the days. So, anywho, I think I can get more involved as far as like different, but it's more basic stuff as far as doing spreadsheets and whatnot. But my phone was ringing. I got to answer this call quick. All right, sorry about that. Some of the more basic stuff as far as like changing colors and stuff like that. That's the color of the fields and things like that. Wasn't really going to dive into that. I was trying to focus more on a little more trickier stuff that people might not be super familiar with. But and as far as pretty much all the line spacing where the lines are around each cell is, I pretty much do that on all of them. That will delete them all. That's just, it's kind of hard to see with Dark Reader on, but kind of get the idea. Is you just play around with these different settings. Font size, bold, italics, all that's good stuff. Usually my column headers I always like to have in bold. Like try to center everything for the most part, except for some of the numbers. Like words try to be centered, numbers justified to the right, which you could change the justification on this. So this is a horizontal alignment, left justified, center, right justified, all that fun goodness. What else we got? Decimal points, like this gets kind of messy, and because cryptos have a lot of decimal points, like some of this stuff I could probably reduce the number of decimal points there. This I could go down to $1.13. This I could take off to. So I could probably go through and went too far, and clean that up a little bit. But yeah, if I catch it as I'm entering them, I do it. But I don't stay hyper focused on that type of stuff. But yeah, I mean, this spreadsheet did kind of evolve over, I'm gonna guess, probably 2 years now. I've been doing it, and I've been just adding stuff over time. So it has gotten more and more complicated as I learn more stuff, and then as I add more stuff. Some of the more, not really complicated formulas, but some of the more, I wouldn't say advanced, because I'm sure there's way more advanced shit. You get into if then else loops and all kinds of other stuff, and you could do all kinds of crazy shit, which actually, for a spreadsheet for my employer to calculate compensation, I had to figure out how to do if then else statements in Excel, and if this was a certain amount or higher, then this was the result. And it took me about a week to build it, and it was a lot of Googling back and forth. I don't remember how I did it, but luckily I saved multiple copies of it. So so this is nowhere near as complicated as that. Just some basic arithmetic and algebra and stuff like that, just as far as calculating some of this stuff. But other than that, it's not too terrible. Some people might be a little more intimidated than they probably should be, just because it's not all that complicated. Worst case, you could always undo. You have the undo button or redo button. So they do come in handy, because I do it all the time, and you think you're typing in one field and you're typing over shit that you don't need to be typing over. So these two buttons do come in handy. So and what else? And then just like dollar formatting and things like that, moving decimal places. So other than that, it's like some of the basic stuff I really kind of glanced through. The big stuff was just really going over like the whole APIs and getting that set up. So go to CoinGecko, get your stuff set up, create your demo account, and then just use it's going to give you your API key once you're logged in. Obviously, I can't log in and show you my API key, but it's in there. And just use that. And like I said, I'd put whatever you want here, and I would hit portfolio tracking is what I would use for that. So, but other than that, I can't. If I think of something else to add in here when I'm going through editing and stuff like that, I'll re-record it and add it in. But I did actually think I kind of went through this in all one sitting. I may have jumped around a bit. I'll try to add some chapters and stuff just so people don't get lost and it's all over the place. But sometimes when I get on a roll, I kind of just keep going. and then whoo, shiny red ball and squirrel. So it happens. A little ADHD in action. So I think we all have a little bit of it to some extent. So but hopefully it helped. Hopefully it didn't confuse the hell out of you even more. If you have any questions, just reach out. You can reach me out by email. It's ruskyscryptocave@gmail.com. I'm in a lot of Discords, hobbyist Discords, Misfit Mining. Jesus, there's I'm in a bunch of them. A lot of crypto ones I'm in. So you can reach out to me there as well if you have questions. So, but other than that, I think that about wraps this one up. This one will probably take a little bit to edit, just to throw it all together and maybe cut some stuff out, piece things together, and see if I missed anything that I wanted to talk about. So, alrighty. Until the next one, we'll catch you later.